Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Firewire Show. Today we're going to be looking at the Canon R10 and the R7, and we're going to be diving deep into why those cameras are worth looking at today from Canon and why those cameras are absolutely awesome. Now they basically do everything the M50 does, which is still our favourite camera as a creator, but it does it even better, and even better. Yeah, the same thing 3 times. And let's dive deep into the specs. Let's look at which does what and which one perhaps you would like to get today. Now just briefly before we do that, I just want to say that it's about the same sort of size. Well, it's a little bit bigger than the M50. So if you imagine this is me holding it in my hand to give you some feel for how big the R7 and the R10 are. It's about this sort of size, just a little bit bigger, so it's just a bit nicer to hold in your hand, especially if you've got a bigger hand, or perhaps you just want a more sort of normal size camera, because ultimately it is awesome to have something separate from your phone. This is something I like as a creator. I like to have something separate from my phone when I'm doing all my video work where possible, because it just makes video work feel more professional and better. So this is the specs of the R10 then, which we have talked about in a previous video, but you can just see them straight away, so feel free to screenshot. So you have the dual pixel, 15 frames per second, very good for shooting. They both record in 4K and HD, and you can see 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second, and I think the R10, if I'm not mistaken, does it 4K in 120. I think I saw that somewhere. I might have just made that up, so bear with me. No, I probably just made it up. I swear I just saw that. Anyway, from what I can tell then, they have very brief, well, they're very similar in quality, and you're talking about, so let's get to the price then, about sort of £1,000 or dollars, which is, believe it or not, pretty cheap for a professional camera. And why do I love these cameras then? So for what I can tell then, the R10, let's look at that briefly then. That is more aimed at us creators. So it's more aimed at YouTube live streaming, for example. It's got that microphone jack, obviously interchangeable lenses, everything the M50 does, but better. And it is just something to think about, where the R7 is slightly better. Well, it's actually better in low light, and it's more aimed at sort of wildlife photography in general. So it's more aimed for those of you watching now are more into photography, where the R10 is more for creators. Now we're just going down then. This is basically what you'll be getting. This is the awesome camera here. They've got some nice little pictures of the R10. They're both similar in size, have a very nice flip screen, as you can see, interchangeable lenses, very easy to use interface, very similar if you're used to any similar camera, or if you're thinking about upgrading from something like the M50. And so all the sends, has your controller connector, microphone, HDMI, USB, all the usual jazz. And inside the box you'll get the usual battery, you'll get the cable, the strap, all the things you need. And a little power tip I would highly recommend if you get any of these cameras is definitely get yourself a spare battery. Not because the battery is no good, because it is, but I just find, especially when I'm out and about, it's just handy to have. And as for SD cards, get as big as you want. So obviously they have more features on the top, so easy to record button. As a creator, I find it easier to point and shoot, but obviously with these pro cameras you can play around the shutter speed and ISO and all that jazz, just making it far more interesting as a creator. Smash the like if you're getting value so far, and consider subscribing if you'd like more content like this. And also, if you would like to support the brand, check out our merch, link in the description. Absolute value. Right, let's dive deeper into these cameras. So why would you want to get the R10 then? So as you can see, it live streams, so it has a clean HDMI, which makes it easier for live streaming. It's very good in low light, very good if you want to do photography with it as well. Very good video in both HD and 4K in up to 60 frames per second, but I'm pretty sure you can go higher than that. Also, you can wirelessly connect it using the Canon app to your phone. So if you want to transfer videos or photos to your phone and easily access, social media, so that makes it very easy as a creator. That's something to bear in mind when you're looking at the R10. And it does all the other features as well. And obviously with the interchangeable lenses, you know that that extends your creativity as a creator, and that's something to bear in mind. What does it look like then? So this is basically what it looks like, as I've sort of shown you, and here's some pictures just to give you an idea of the sort of the quality. You know, as a creator, that'll be us going about as a creator. Look, there with our external microphone, a flip screen. So as you can see, Canon have definitely emphasised how much this is more aimed at creators. And there you are with your laptop, connecting all your photos and videos where you can edit them on the fly or edit them on your phone, however you prefer it. Put in the comments below, actually, are you a phone editor, or are you more of an old school laptop or desktop editor like myself? I just prefer to edit like that, but please put in the comments below. Just be interesting to know, those of you. We looked at some photos, and here's some more photos taken with the R10, some fantastic views. Obviously this is done by professionals. So really cool, actually. If you use the M50 or anything of that sort of age, you'll know the interface, the menu is very user friendly, very easy to use, and obviously you'll just have lots of features. I personally just like to put it into video mode and off I go and edit and post, as long as you've got a good light, a good floodlight like I'm using today, or if you're using the sun well when you're out and about, you'll have no problems with either of these cameras. And let's just have a look at some more photos. There we go, look. So these are some more photos, just giving you a bit of an inkling of the zoom and stuff, and obviously that just depends on the settings that you have, and you can play around. This is something that's really cool. So look, you can connect it straight to a printer, a removable device, straight to YouTube if you want. You can stream using programs like OBS, etc. You can connect to your phone, to social media, straight to your device. All these cool things that you can do. Obviously you can, like I just said, you can connect it to your phone, which is very useful as a creator. And it just does this. And look, these are some of the photos then. As you can see, the quality is brilliant. I believe it's a 32.5 megapixel camera, and obviously depending on your lens and your skill, the better the photo, just being honest. And as you can see, some really nice photo. That's a nice little photo, isn't it? And as you can see, as long as you've got that perfect light, it does absolutely brilliant. And this is, so if you want to upgrade, oh, it's gone again. What's it doing? If you want to upgrade from the M50, I would highly recommend the R10, because it is a very, very good camera. Let's just show you some of our merch.
So check out our merch. We've got t-shirts, we've got mugs, and from time to time we add to the list. So go check it out, link in the description. And also, if you want to support the channel, like and subscribe this video.
Alright, so if you are a keen photographer, you want something separate from your phone, you want something that's like the M50, possibly even better, then now I would perhaps look at the R7. It's very good in low light, again, interchangeable lenses, it's just fantastic, and as it's the 32.5 megapixel, if the quality of it is brilliant, and obviously you can upgrade the lenses down the road. The shutter speed is fantastic, and it's very good at taking shots of photos. So if you're doing pictures of wildlife, you can get that brilliant running shot of a cheetah running across the desert, and that's something to bear in mind as a photographer. So let's just dive a bit deeper and see what we can find there, all the features of the R7. There it is, the 32.5, obviously. And again, you can use it as a video camera if you want. It records fantastic in HD. There you go, up to, that's what I was saying earlier, the 120 frames per second in HD. And 4K is up to 60 frames per second. But obviously this is more aimed at photography, but you can use it as a creator as well. You don't have to use the R10. And I just believe, personally, being brutally honest, I think the main difference is it's better at taking pictures because of the sensor. It's better at taking faster objects, you know, wildlife, things running, maybe sports events of fast sports cars and stuff like that. And also it's just even better at low light than the R10. So I think that's why it costs about the same, or maybe a little bit more. But as a photographer, this could be like a first camera for you, you know, once you go up to, like, you know, the Mark 6 and maybe the E9 and stuff like that, the D9, sorry, D90, or the ones even more expensive than that, you know, as you get more professional, stuff like that. But if you want something separate from your phone, keenly into photography, want to take that brilliant photo, I would highly recommend the R7. So let's just briefly see if we can find you any photos for you. So as you can see, it's perfectly aimed, it has a fantastic sensor, it's perfectly designed, as you can see there, to take that perfect shot of a bird of prey landing or a fast car. And as you can see, there's some fantastic photos. Let's see if we can get, there you go, there's a nice little cat there. And as you can see, it's really good in low light because of the sensor it has on it. And it's an f11 to 180. 32 megapixels, and then you see in low light there, it takes absolutely brilliant quality photos. So this would be really good for anyone that just wants to go to the next level in photography. And you can see some really cool stuff there. Has nice little the APS-C advanced sensor there, which is really nice. Obviously for you keen photographers, you can get your 800 mils out and shove them on there and take that perfect shot of your wildlife. And obviously you can do all the other features as well, connected to your phone, so you can upload it to social media and all that sort of jazz. It does all that sort of stuff for you as well. It can easily connect to your phone, so that's just a really cool little feature. And as you can see, it takes some really nice photos of autofocus. It does all the hard work for you. Obviously, again, you can play around with shutter speed, but here's some really cool photos of some birds of prey. Let's just see if I can zoom in on one of these. There you go, look at that. That's a brilliant photo. I love stuff like that. It's really cool. I was driving down the road the other day and I actually saw a bird of prey. I think it was an eagle or a kite or something like that. And you know, you look up and you're thinking, wow, you know, that's nature at its best. So just show you them of why it is good. So if you're getting value from today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. Also, we would highly recommend anything like the M50. If you don't want to spend quite as much, go and check it out. We have links to all our cameras that we recommend in the links below. We also have merch, and why not check out, you know, follow us on Insta or Twitter. So if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to watch more. I'm going to leave 2 end cards which will give you even more value. And thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.
If you would like to help our brand and support the channel, why not check out our merch? We've got t-shirts, we've got mugs, and from time to time we add to the list. So go check it out, link in the description. And also, if you want to support the channel, like and subscribe this video.